Hello and welcome everybody to the latest edition of the Jam and Cheese Show. I'm your host, James Graham, as always, joined by Brandon Smith. But before we get into what we've been up to, I just want to say a huge congratulations to my friend and former teammate, James Rugby. Played with Robes at St. Helens. We came through together. We actually played a year at amateur together as well. St. Helens didn't get the victory. It was a close one against the Catalan Dragons, but James Rugby bows out as my favourite ever teammate, the best player that I've ever played with. Played over 550 games for St. Helens, the one club. He had, there was interest from Australia. He decided to stay loyal to St. Helens, and what a career he has had. He followed a guy as well, for our Australian listeners, talk about like succession plans. The guy who he followed was a bloke called Kieran Cunningham. Kieran Cunningham has a statue of himself. Well, not a statue. He didn't buy it himself, but the fans of St. Helens voted for Kieran Cunningham to get the statue outside the new stadium. He played in a dummy half position. It was like, how are we ever going to replace Kez? Yeah. James Rugby comes along and possibly goes past him. But what an absolute legend, an amazing person, an amazing human being, and what a career. I know some of our Australian listeners will be familiar with him, some won't. But I just wanted to pass on my congratulations to the best player that I've ever played with, hands down, no doubt about that, no questions asked. And also Louis McCarthy Scarsbrook as well, who's one of the funniest players that I've ever played with, and he's hit me up to tell about that. But anyway, on to all things Jam and Cheese. Cheese, how's the hand getting on?
Yeah, surgery went well, but I'm feeling a little bit, I don't know how to explain it, a bit under the weather at the moment. Had a big weekend with the Hello Sport boys, and I'm guessing surgery after a big weekend doesn't always help. So I'm a bit sweaty, and everything's a bit clogged up. But
so when did you go?
I had to stay loyal. I had to make it in.
Well, we do
sweating.
We do appreciate you coming in. Let's get into the interesting stuff. How was the weekend with the Hello Sport boys?
Yeah, it was pretty good. I mean, there was a lot of things there. It was free drinks, and I was just bringing heaps of people in that didn't even know the boys. So thanks for the bar tab, boys. And yeah, it was just a lot of fun. There's a lot of fun people there, a lot of interesting people there. Ned Brockman went from like up here to way up there after that. I spent the whole night with him. He walked me home after the night. So
that's very nice.
I thought he would want to run home.
Yeah.
I'm glad he didn't. But yeah, he's an absolute legend of a man.
Oh, quality. And then the surgery went well? Yeah,
surgery went well. But yeah, now, I don't know, the painkillers or whatever they've given me has reacted badly this morning.
So just the screws now out?
Yeah, and all the screws are out.
They don't put any more back in?
No.
And just, so more of a natural heal?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's important to talk about that because, go back to before the surgery, that option, it's not the preferred option. It's an option. Is it an option that a footballer takes to get back on the field sooner?
Nah, you wouldn't. It's just, if you take the screws, like after the surgery, if you take the screws out, you're out again for a little period of time. And then there's a little screw hole in your bone that you got to wait for that to heal. So it's just probably, getting back earlier. You just
Yeah.
But since it's off season and you can do it, like I had the option to do it. Still got about 7 weeks still pre-season, so the hole should be fully healed by then.
And just curiosity, are you right-handed or?
Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah, it's been difficult.
I bet. It was difficult watching some of that boxing on the weekend. I was there. I was doing some of the commentary for it. I don't know how much of it you've seen.
No, not too much. I watched a little bit of the highlights. I watched Nelson knock out Ollie.
Nelson, he floored
Jared
Wallace after like 7-8 seconds. To be fair, Wallace...
Oh, was it that early?
Like, that first uppercut, and then Wallace hung on. But I think it was a fight before, or 2 fights before, Junior Borlow and Benny Hannon, mate, disgraceful refereeing. Like, Benny Hannon was knocked down, right, and wobbly legs, and the referee's giving him a standing 8 count. He's still swaying. Like, mate, like just call it off.
Yeah.
Like he's done, and he's not like some young up and coming fighter that like, you know, is on this like, you know, always.
How old is he? Big 43, 44?
Yeah, he's just doing it for something to do. You know, prove a point to his kids that, you know, you can do difficult things, and credit to him for doing it. But then, like, the referee lets him go on. He's on jelly. He gets knocked down again. He's all over the shop.
I need to go watch that, man.
He lets him carry on, and then it wasn't until the towel came in. I was like, what the fuck? Like I support all those other sports, men and women that want to take up boxing as, you know, like a challenge or, you know, some financial reward. But fucking don't take the piss, referees. Like, that was disgraceful. It was really bad.
Yeah, they should recognise that they're not actual boxers.
Yeah, and they're not like looking to achieve greatness in the sport where, you know, if you were a young up and coming fighter and
you want every opportunity
you
to
want
be
like,
able to...
shit, if I lose this fight, my record's going to be tarnished. Like, I'll lose my O, all that sort of stuff. I get why you might want to push the envelope, even in a world now where we're very conscious of the long-term effects of second impact syndrome, carrying on with concussions. But a young up and coming boxer, I get why they would want to continue on. With a guy like Benny Hannon, like, come on.
Yeah, just call it off.
Yeah, but Tavita Pangai Jr. was in an absolute war with this guy as well. Who, oh my God, like those. I think Tavita was like at the end of it, he was so spent. He did the full round. It was 8 or 10, I can't remember. But
oh really,
mate, like they were both like just. It was an absolute slugfest. Tavita nearly had him a couple of times as well, but just couldn't quite put him away. But yeah, it was a quality fight. But I reckon Tavita's he's a big learning curve for him.
Yeah.
If he is gonna keep pursuing this, he seems very motivated. He started talking like a fighter as well.
Yeah.
You know, like calling people out on the camera. I was like, well, all right, okay. Because when he was on here, he was very bit reserved, you know, and bit like a footy style interview. But now he's giving it his all with his chat.
No, I need to go watch it. Oh.
Yeah, it's definitely worth it.
It was a good event.
It was. You've got a clothing drop, Mr. Smith.
Oh yes, Mr. Smith. Go on to byktr.com. I think it drops tomorrow. But I've plugged it enough on Insta. We don't.
Yeah,
it's all over the show. So
fair enough. All right. Well, it's good catching up. Let's get into the.
Yes.
Are you going away anywhere?
Nah. Well, I can't really. Like, I couldn't cook brekkie this morning. Like,
you don't need to cook breakfast on your plane.
Yeah, but it's just annoying.
You can still go on holiday.
I can go somewhere during Chrissy break.
Yeah, I suppose you do live on one of the most sought after beaches in the world. So
yes, exactly.
It's not.
But I don't know. I was thinking about going somewhere, but I just can't be asked now.
What about Waiheke? Would you go back?
Yeah, probably. I'll go there just for like 5 days. Probably got to go see my parents as well. They live in Brizzy, so that's not the ideal place to go visit though for a holiday.
Why not? What's wrong with Brisbane?
Well, it's just it's probably not as good as Sydney. So if I was going on holiday, I'm going to a place that's worse than where I already live.
Good point. And Waiheke, it is a bit of a bitch to get to, isn't it?
Yeah, but it is better than Sydney. It's probably the best place in the world.
It is nice. I don't know about that. It's
got nothing on Wigan.
I'm not from Wigan, lads. So
yeah, but you lived there.
No, it didn't.
Didn't you?
I didn't even play for Wigan, lad. I played for St Helens.
Oh, St Helens. Sorry, James Rowe. Oh, the headache.
Oh, the headache's got him.
Mate, I'm sweating here.
All right, yeah. Waiheke is pretty nice, but it is a pain in the ass to get to.
James Rowe. Does he sort of look like what's your mate? Plays hooker for Para.
Hodgson.
Yeah.
They are part of the
Baldy crew.
Yes, and that would
550 games.
Yeah, for the one club as well. I think 552. He did all together. Or 550.
How many did that? What was it? O'Loughlin play? That for Wigan.
Yeah, he'd be like.
He had like the 400 club. When I went and visited that.
Yeah, but Roby and Hodgson, very very similar.
Yeah,
look like. When they lost the hair and all the scars started to show. Yeah.
Roby's a little bit more stocky though, eh?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. But two really good blokes. We're going to take a quick break from the podcast to tell you about AG1, the daily foundational nutritional drink with all your needs in the one place. I like to look after my health, and AG1 takes care of that for me. No more tablets, vitamin pills, all the health nutrition I need, all in the one place. Every single morning, it's as easy. Open up the fridge, scoop of AG1 in a glass, cold water, stir it with a fork, drink it. It tastes great, and it helps me know. It gives me the peace of mind that all my nutritional needs are taken care of, all in the one drink. It really is as simple as that. And also, anybody that knows anything about health benefits knows that it comes with adding simple routines to your day. It's not about magic pills. They're not going to work. AG1 helps me be the best version of myself by having this new habit of every single morning having that drink. I know my nutritional bases are covered thanks to AG1. A lot of athletes are now taking AG1, and with 75 high quality ingredients, it's no wonder why. If a comprehensive solution is what you need from your supplement routine, then try AG1 and get a free 1-year supply of vitamin D and 5 free AG1 travel packs with your first purchase. Go to drinkag1.com/buy-round. That's drinkag1.com/buy-round. Check it out. Australia play Samoa. Have you had a look at the
Is that this Saturday?
This Saturday, Brandon?
Holy heck. I'm missing out on everything.
Comes round quick. I seen New Zealand are actually playing a New Zealand A side as well. Maguire's brought that in.
Yeah.
He brought some of the younger lads in.
I think that's... What's that for?
I think it's just like a...
If they play for the New Zealand A's, are they locked in?
Well, no, I think they're having like it's basically like a live scrummage. It's like when you play the Reggies at training. I don't know how official of a game it is.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if it's an...
But see, if you play that game, does that mean like all these young fellas that we want to be Kiwi players, if they've played in that game, does that mean their allegiance is with the Kiwis?
I don't think so. No. But
yeah, fucking great play by Maguire. I feel like.
Smart. Oh, sorry guys, you can't play Origin anymore. No, I don't think it's a recognised like test match or anything like that. But Edwards, Cobbo, Staggs, and the Hammer all set to make their debut for Australia. There's well done, Dylan Edwards.
Yeah,
he deserves that,
and he'll kill it too.
Yeah, he will. Like genuinely, like well done to him. He's had to fight for everything to get on this representative scene.
Yeah,
he's playing on the wing, which is interesting as well.
Yeah,
but I reckon there could be a spot there for him. I reckon this is Malmaning with a little bit of experimentation. We've seen many a good fullback.
I wonder if he plays that Tommy Turbo role.
Yeah, maybe.
You know, you just come in the middle.
Well, his backfield carries are sensational. Darius Boyd used to do it, and he wasn't really a recognised winger, but because he was such a high-quality player, they'd stick him on the wing. And if something does happen to Teddy, he just slots straight in. Cobbo and Staggs will bring plenty of excitement, as will the Hammer. Crichton playing at 5'8".
Really?
Yeah, instead of... I'd have thought he might have played fullback, but...
Yeah. I don't know. Interesting.
Who'd you fancy?
What do you think the score will be?
I'm not sure. I've just seen here, actually, Dylan Edwards, he's going to miss his brother's wedding to play for his country. It's on the rundown. I probably should have looked at that before we kicked off, but...
It's pretty committed.
What do I think the score's going to... I think Aussies will win.
Comfortably?
I reckon first 60 will be pretty close, and then you'll see them just run away with it.
Bit like the final.
The final? What final?
Aussie versus Samoa World Cup final.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, it's a repeat of.
It's the World Cup final rematch.
It is. Yeah, good job. You're on the ball, Chief, because I'm not with it today.
Mm.
Just on those lads that are making their debut, can you remember what it was like?
Yeah, My debut for New Zealand, that was the best ever. I think I've already talked about it on the show, but yeah, I played in New Zealand at Etihad. I don't know if it's called Etihad anymore. It's Mount Smart Stadium, sorry.
Yeah.
Or the One Stadium, I don't know. I played it in front of all my family and we ended up beating Australia. And I just remember that it was so emotional doing the haka, and it's almost hard to bring yourself back down to earth after you've done it. And then you go into the anthem as well. You just, yeah, it's very emotional. When did you debut for the 1900?
Yeah, 2006. Great Britain against New Zealand, a mid-season test on a Tuesday or Wednesday night against
mid-season, Great Britain.
They bought it. The New Zealand, they weren't at full strength, but they do because there was a lot of Super League representation. But they did bring some over from the NRL. I came off the bench. I remember just being like, "Shit, this is." I was only 19, so I thought like, "Fuck, it's happening."
They were the intimidating New Zealand days as well.
I thought this is probably happening quicker than I would have anticipated. But then you know what? Came off the bench and pretty much like scored with my first touch. Like I got 2 tries that day. It was like
I think I scored a double as well.
Did you? Did you? Good there. Well done, lad. Yeah. Yeah. Pretty much scored like first touch. Obviously not. Didn't sidestep anyone, but just sort of came there and I was like, boom, went over. But yeah, incredibly proud moment. But I remember the facing that haka. It's very like when you're staring.
How old were you then?
19.
Ooh. That was what, Ruben Wiki?
I can't remember that if he played or not.
He would have been in that team because he won that 08 World Cup.
I think I would have played against Ruben Wiki at some point, but I don't know if he would have flown over for that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a tough game. And yeah, facing any haka at any time was just like, oh shit. But the boys used to put. I always wondered, like, is it detrimental to performance? You used to see Isaac Luke, and his face was like fucking blue.
Yeah, well, then now they give you like talks about trying to relax while you're doing it. Try to sound intimidating, but be relaxed at the same time.
Yeah, because mate, he looked like he'd be gasping. He needs to rest.
Yeah,
I always remember him in particular. It's like
he never really took it lightly though.
No. Like I like it's an interesting thing, like the balance of like this emotional tradition. Jeez, you are sweating, aren't you? This emotional tradition versus like, well, hang on a minute, I've got to go and play a test match in like a minute and a half.
Yeah. Well, I've definitely gone way too hard before, and you feel like you're going to pass out. But I feel like that now. How sweaty.
I know, it's not even warm in here either. Because if it was, look.
I think it's just the painkillers.
I've got a grey shirt on and there's nothing doing. What else was going on? Player movement. Tigers are after Bradman Best. Oh, hang on a minute. We've missed PNG versus the Cook Islands. My bad.
That'll be a good game, I reckon. Who's
Jack de Bellin's playing for
PNG?
PNG.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
What's his name is playing for Cook Islands? Carmichael Hunt.
No, he's coaching.
Oh, is he coaching?
Yeah.
Oh.
Do you know he actually, considering the journey that he's been on, he's legit all in on being a coach, Carmichael Hunt.
Yeah.
Good fella.
I wonder what it's like. Oh, he used to be so good back in the day. Remember watching that big jump step he did?
He was a good player, wasn't he? But it should be a good game. That
do you remember that PNG nearly got the president's team, eh?
Did they?
Yeah. It was like they only won by 6 or something.
Oh, against the Prime Ministers?
Yeah.
Oh, right. I didn't see that. Anyway, we'll put the international to bed. I am looking forward to that game on Saturday night, especially the Aussies v Samoa. The World Cup final rematch should be good. It is a bit quiet in NRL town at the moment. Obviously, all is quiet after the grand final. Mate, you know what? People keep talking about the grand final.
I saw the refs' comments. I liked it. Adam G, was it?
Mm.
He said, everyone's talking about the game and not the refereeing, so I've done a good job.
Yeah, but do you reckon he's put a bit of pressure on
The next person?
well, not just that, but for the refs to ref each NRL game in that style? You don't reckon?
Maybe, but...
Because it did seem a better product, but if you keep doing that, then players will just take the piss.
Yeah.
Or coaches will encourage players to take the piss.
Yeah, I just don't think they will do. I think special occasions, origins, and we don't want that, but...
But then that's a bit of a learning curve for Brisbane. Mate, they're still going to be waking up going, did that actually happen?
Yeah.
It's a devastating for them. Little bit of news, though. Tigers are looking at Bradman best.
He's a good player.
Mate, fair price tag for him, though.
Yeah. I think they need a bit more than a centre. Who's their halves next year?
Their halves, they got young Bud Sullivan and Jaden Sullivan from the Dragons. They got the Finau brothers, or one of them, the young lad from Manly. Brooks is gone. Dewey's injured.
Coruscant's still there.
Coruscant. Jarome Bula.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's hard to really know what.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's the right play.
Yeah, I look, he'd be a great signing if you could get him, but probably centre's the
centre's
least of their worries. And he, to be fair, even just, I don't even know if it's an on-field issue. What is setting the Tigers back? It's again they just can't stay out of the headlines for the backroom staff. Not the backroom staff, the front office staff. Again, I think it's a hard story to follow. Tigers chairman Lee Hadjipantelis, they'd been re-elected.
Yeah.
And then literally a week later, it's like he's set to lose his job because he won't give up a role in the media with SEN. It's like, what? It's, you know what? It's fun. Some people think, you make too much of like the board, but you never have these. You never have these issues at a club like the Roosters. You never have these issues at a club like the Storm.
It's every week.
It just, I feel for Benji because, like, he's got a huge job on his hands.
Yeah,
and he needs
help.
He needs that support. He needs support. Yeah, and he doesn't need in his first press conference to be asking questions about the chairman or the CEO. But I don't know. It's one of those stories that just I don't reckon will go away anywhere. But not far from, and imagine that your first year as a head coach, you've got that constant shit fight to be constantly.
And you're losing your board.
Well, even that
right in front of you.
If they are after a guy like Bradman Best or whoever, well, why are you going to go to that club when the board's just all over the place? Or who's going to sign off on it? Because it's not necessarily Benji that signs off on it.
Yeah.
Or, this 5-year plan or however many year plan that it was that Hadjipantelis has come up with. It's changed after.
What year are they into the 5-year plan?
This is in 2. It was supposed to be Sheen's this year. That's changed. But then if a new chairman comes in, like, are they starting from scratch or what?
We'll make another 5-year plan.
Yeah. Anyway.
More to come from that.
Oh, man, that's the gift that keeps on giving for us. November the 1st is not far away. Luai looks set to hit the open market.
I don't reckon he will go.
You reckon he'll stay?
Yeah. Yeah.
But do you reckon the chance to maybe run his own team? Like as the halfback, as a chief halfback?
Maybe. But I reckon he enjoys the number 6 jersey. But I just don't see him leaving Penrith, not at all.
Others have though, like obviously Stephen Crichton's moving, and if Luai hits the open market, he's going to get his head turned. Like he's going to get offered. I think the Tigers have openly said like they're stuck on 700 if he wants to stay due to like salary cap restraints. But if he hits the open market, you can guarantee there's going to be over $1 million thrown at him.
Yeah.
Plus, he's already got his legacy in terms of 3 in a row.
Yeah, I just don't see him going to maybe the Bulldogs, but
like he's got strong links with people at the Dogs, but he's going to get his head turned.
Yeah, I'm going to guess that he doesn't go.
You reckon he stays?
Yeah.
Do you know something that we don't?
No, I just don't. Yeah, I don't know. He's been playing with Cleary since he was like 13. Same school.
Yeah, but there's a difference when you're at school. You're not getting paid. You're not getting offered a.
No, he's still.
I'd go to a different school for over $1 million.
Yeah, true.
I'll go to a different podcast for over $1 million. You won't though.
No, not me.
No.
Loyal to this one.
Yeah, there's not that much else happening.
Yeah, well, it is the off season, everyone.
It is, but there's a few stories popping up. New South Wales. They need a coach.
Bellamy's not doing it. No way.
No.
I would be so shocked if he did it because he's the world's most just doesn't want to do many things outside of football.
He's going to have his hands pretty full as well with Melbourne this year, isn't he? Like it's a big commitment to just leave. I don't think Ricky Stewart ruled himself out.
Madge will probably do it. He's got his hand full there.
Yeah, it's hard that it. Like if it's deemed a full-time job or it's not, it's still.
Does it pay well?
I imagine. Well, it comes with a lot of prestige, and it'd be good for anyone.
Are we talking 400, 500?
I don't know. Depends if it's a full-time job.
If it's that job.
If it's a full-time gig, then
do you have to be from New South Wales?
Well, no, because they were tossing up Sam Burgess not long ago.
Yeah,
but he's left. Obviously, he's not going to come back from Warrington. I don't know. Like, it's hard, man. There's no clear-cut candidate. Laurie Daly, I don't even think he'd go back to it. Like, he's got his other commitments. That means he can't go to it. So he'd have to walk away from his radio and.
Who's that?
TAB, Laurie Daly. Like he was the coach. Obviously, he was the coach before.
Yeah,
but he couldn't take up that job at Manly.
Yeah,
because of his commitments with the radio and the TAB. So they're not going to let him walk into the Origin job. So when we spoke to him, he'd be reluctant to walk away from that. Bellamy, you reckon there's no chance, and I agree with you. Then other than that, it's just a couple of assistants like Maguire, Cartwright.
Surely someone just comes out of the woodwork.
Matty Johns.
Yeah. I think he'll do it. But I don't. Yeah, unless Andrew Johns is on the coaching staff as well. I don't think.
Are they still beefing?
Yeah. That's hilarious. Because every time I see Matty, he tells me he can bash him. Every time I see Andrew, he tells me he can bash Matty. So
we'll just get why don't they put it? What about this? We talked about the boxing. Put it on not only on the line. It's the New South Wales coach's job. Is the Money in the Bank ladder match. Whoever gets it gets the head coach's job, and the other has to be the assistant, and that's the price you pay for losing.
Yeah, I agree. Let's get it done.
That's that's entertainment.
Yeah, and I'm sick of hearing about it.
What those two about who'd win? Yeah, just settle your scores. Have what they call a straightener. Straighten this shit out. But yeah, it is a bit quiet off season and all that cheese. But there's a couple of stories there that are just going to keep on going. Tigers. As these players hit the open market, there's going to be offers from all over the place.
I'm sure November 1st will be very good for us.
And then, the New South Wales story will continue on. It's just, on that, you look at the opposition, Queensland. They signed Slater for 3 more years. They get consistency. And
they got a fair coaching staff.
Anyway. All right, now it's time for this, one of the favourite, or not the favourite parts, not one of the favourite parts of the show, the favourite part of the show.
Fan feelings.
Nothing more than...
How do you feel?
All right, we've got a first question from Beach.
Bacchus.
Where am I reading Beach from? Bacchus. Should the Wallabies be doing everything they can to sign Nathan Cleary in 2027, and could he realistically make it in Union? Cheese, I'll go to you on whether you reckon he could make it.
I reckon he can make it.
Do you reckon he can be as effective?
I reckon he's one of those guys that anything he puts his mind to, he sort of can do. And he's smart. I wouldn't have a clue what to do in rugby, but I'm sure he could do it.
Did you not do any rugby growing up? I assumed you did.
No, hated it. Parents hated it. But I don't think the Wallabies should be going for him.
Why?
I don't know. Just fucking stick away from our game. Mate, the Wallabies suck.
I know. Well, this is the problem.
Yeah, but don't be taking our bloody golden childs.
Why? All right, okay. You're saying that as like a current player. Let's put you inside. You're in the boardroom at the Wallabies. Or you're sitting down there with Eddie Jones going, what, like disastrous World Cup, what are we going to do? You can't tell me that they're not looking at short, medium and long-term plans to fix this. Yeah, because I actually think this is really bad for rugby league. Some people sort of celebrate it, but we want the Wallabies to be like semi-finalists, and then they're not having these like big systematic reviews about how to fix these issues.
Yeah, I just think surely there's someone that has played union all his life that's better than Nathan Cleary.
Obviously not.
Well,
okay, well if he is,
well that's what I mean. If that two's busy looking over our side of the fence, but you just stay on your eyes on your side of the fence.
Because what they've got on their side of the fence isn't good enough. Because all the young talent seems to be wanting to play in the NRL. So if you've got the potential to make, apart from, I know obviously recently there was one of the very good young talented teenagers has stayed in rugby union, but most, if you've got aspirations to like make it in Australia, here's where it's at. But the Wallabies, they're a very iconic brand. Like they have got pulling power, and they've got a lot of money there. If we think that they're just sat there going, oh, well, yeah, let's just look at our pathway system. Mate, there'll be private equity companies across the globe, not or here in Australia, that would look at that and go, it's nowhere near where, like, it's a great time to buy.
Yeah.
Like, buy when they're shit, get in when they're shit, get them at a cheap price, pump some money into them, invest in them, and then sell it in 20 years' time. You like, I hate speaking like this because sport has become a business.
Yeah.
But the Wallabies, they're so iconic, such a strong brand, on its arse, buy cheap, get in now. And you go, okay, well, how are we going to fix this? Short term, where's all the talent in Australia? Well, it's playing in the NRL. Okay, let's make him offers he can't refuse. Or make their players, their best talent, offers they can't refuse. And I reckon we're naive if they don't. If they look at it and go, Cleary could make it. Cleary could make a massive difference. He's done. Like we're talking, they could throw money at him, like
stupid money.
Same with Payne Haas. I know he's just re-signed, but like contracts, they don't mean what they used to, or did they ever used to mean?
I just don't think he's like the right type for rugby.
Oh, again, who is then? There's plenty of league.
Like, you need to be like a little solid, thick thing.
Like yourself?
Nah, way thicker. Have you ever seen rugby people before?
Yes.
They are huge.
Yeah, but not in the half position.
Yeah, but I mean, Payne Haas.
Oh, right. Yeah, but you could play like...
And you've got to learn a lot of rules, especially if Payne Haas hasn't played any rugby.
Yeah, but then if you look at a guy like Eddie Jones, just, mate, sometimes you don't need to recreate the wheel, but you can play a different style. Like Payne Haas, just give the bloke the ball.
Put him in the outside centre.
Man, I'm being legit here. I genuinely think we need to be ready for rugby coming after what are their short-term and long-term solution to their problem.
I reckon NRL bites back.
How though?
It's going. We got to keep our golden childs there. So somehow Nathan Cleary gets a little incentive.
Play dirty. I like it. I genuinely hope he stays, but I reckon rugby, considering they've been so bad, Wallabies will become knocking for sure. Next question from Jesse. Have you boys got any advice how to get over mental block, losing my drive to finish my exams and need some wisdom?
I'll leave this one to you.
How to get over mental block? Take a break. Structure it so you've got like 45 minutes on. Study, 15 minutes off. Don't cram.
That's what I should have done today.
What?
Had a break.
Mate, I can tell
I'm sweating.
I can tell you're struggling here. Yeah, that's the
I'm
advice
dropping
for
away
that.
now.
Do Watson Hayes. Should the NRL bring... Do Watson, that's a great name. Or D Watson Hayes. Should the NRL bring back mid-season rep round? Yes.
Yes.
Jakey G, I would have a few. Would you rather after last week's chef or driver question? All right. Would you rather have a life without air conditioning or never be able to use deodorant?
Depends where you're living, really. Because you can't live in Townsville without air conditioning. You cannot.
Yeah, I reckon Sydney. I reckon I could go without air conditioning and just tough it out massively.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to go... Yeah, you're going to need that deodorant because it's not...
I'm going to go... I'm never without aircon. I have to have aircon. Fuck the deodorant.
Really?
Yeah.
So the aircon would be like spreading the wifty pits.
Yeah. I'd just wash my pits.
Just keep washing them.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
This is a good question.
Would you rather be trapped in a romantic comedy with your enemies or trapped in a horror movie with your friends?
I hate horror movies.
Hang on, is he talking like real life?
Yeah, so like, say we're here right now, we're stuck in a horror film. Or you and, who do you not like, Gordy, are in a romantic comedy.
Ooh.
That's a good question.
I reckon I'd be up for the ruck in a bit of a horror movie.
What?
Like, just like, let's go off.
Yeah, well, you'd have Roby with you.
All my mates to come and fight them off.
Yeah, I'm going in the romantic comedy.
Or with people that you don't like. See, a lot of the tactics that they like, why are you running that way?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Why are you crawling?
Yeah, get up, fight back.
Yeah.
There's some tactics. I've not watched a horror movie for a long time, but there's some tactics of the horror movies that's like, well, hang on. You're asking for it. I'm not going to say this, but you could make a point that maybe they deserve it.
Yeah.
Because they're just doing the wrong thing.
I'm still taking the romantic comedy.
All right. Fair enough. Well, that just about takes us to the end of another episode in Jam and Cheese.
This was definitely the toughest session I've ever done.
Yes, and it doesn't sound like it's self-inflicted too much because obviously the pain medication, but thanks.
No, thank
for coming
you.
in. Hopefully you get healing pretty soon. Also, we just got Tom Burgess at the end of the week on a guest on Sunday night. Tuesday is episode 3 of the Bye Round Rugby League Round Table show, and episode 1 and 2 is still available. Really good topics that we're talking about with some of the game's best from every angle. And then Cheese, not to forget, anyone interested in a bit of Mr. Smith's clothing drops on YKTR next couple of days, so get after it.
Put some money in my pocket, boys.
All right, thanks for listening, everyone.